Salutations, sleuths. I'm Gina.
I'm Maria.
And we are
Fortuited.
Boom! Oh, yeah, the clap.
Like old times.
We don't need to do any testing, do we?
No, I tested it before.
Rocket Raw.
We have done that a couple times. I just pressed play and then we went.
Okay. Send prayers. R.I.P. Wow. Okay, we are in a new location.
Because I got a new couch.
And this is a monumental moment.
It is. It's very adultish of me.
Because it's like when you get a new couch, you've made it, you know?
Yeah, but this one's different. Because we did have a couch before this. We weren't couchless. But this one is more adult-y.
I make you sound like you're like on the floor or something. No, there was a couch. It had some wear and tear from pets as needed.
Yeah. It had some art from the pets, and then the whole bottom was gone.
Some love.
It was used. We used the shit out of it.
Move on a little bit.
It was time.
And now you're here.
No, we have this great one.
And not to mention, like, this couch has the two sides, so we're able to make this potentially
The spot.
the spot.
Yeah. It's way more comfortable than the kitchen chairs.
Oh my god, I feel so much more comfortable. I feel like I'm right. You know, I am a couch potato in my natural habitat.
So we can just sit here and rot.
This is good.
Yeah.
Like, this is more fitting, because I'm like, what do I do with my hands when we're over there at the table? So...
Yeah.
And you've got this wicked... We've got to take a picture and post it, maybe, of your wall, if you'll allow it.
Yeah.
Because it is such a vibe, and I want to share it with the world.
Thank you. I've wanted it forever.
It's so nice. I wish we could get more of it, but we are the stars, so...
So it's on us. Yeah.
Second place. Okay, Maria, what are we doing today?
Today, we are doing probably the most exciting episode to date that we have done. At least, I mean... This is right up my alley. If there was Maria's alley, this is it.
Yeah.
We are going to the St. Louis Mystic Fair, which has an animal communicator, which if you've listened to the prior episodes, I have talked about a couple times briefly that one of my vet techs told me about. Essentially, she's like a pet psychic. So... She has a booth at this fair, and what she does is you only need a picture of your pet, alive or deceased, and she will communicate with said pet. And you go with a list of questions, and she will ask that pet those questions. Somehow is able to connect to the pet via just the photo.
Okay,
digital or
like
paper.
Right there, it's like people are like, okay.
Skeptic.
You have to sell it as you did when you sold it to me before, because I originally was like, okay, this is not something I believe in. However, I also am nervous to ask the questions. It's right up the alley with
So
ghosts.
you do believe.
Exactly.
If you're nervous.
Like, I don't know if I believe ghosts, but I'm not going to go in a haunted house to see if, like, I'm going to get touched by something that's dead.
Oh, I will.
So, yeah, no. I that kind of stuff scares me. But I say I don't believe in it. Okay, so same thing applies here.
I think it's just skepticism.
Yeah.
And, like, so this vet tech, she's also, like, a skeptic. But she told me a few examples that made her a believer, which got me on board. And I'm a believer enough to, like, all right, let's go check it out. So what we're going to do is we start the episode here at the house with my new couch and the gallery wall. And then we're going to go to this fair that also has, like... palm readers, aura readers, inner child healers, just anything mystical is going to be at this fair. So we're going to do as much as we can, and then we're going to raw dog it immediately afterwards in the car, take our whole setup, and then talk about the experience.
And we thought of this idea because when we did the
self-defense,
we're like, our immediate reaction following that was hysterical.
It was iconic.
It was it was a whole event. So we're like, okay, maybe the next big thing we do that's kind of a monumental moment,
like an event.
Yeah. We should talk about it right after.
Right.
Get
the raw reactions. Yeah.
Change of scenery. It's just something fun, something exciting.
Different.
Now, well, I don't know how we're doing with audio on that, but I guess we'll figure it out as we go.
Well, I'm going to take my laptop, and I don't need to be connected to anything. So we could literally just pack this up, take it
We're
with
gonna have
us.
our mics with us in the car.
car, yeah. So if you watch us on YouTube, we're going to start at my house, and then part 2 will be in the car.
So God, okay.
Why not mix it up?
Sure
If you just listen to it audio wise, it's going to be the exact same. But
No, so this whole festival, it's like a 3-day thing.
it is,
right?
yeah.
And people can go for, I mean, this alone for today, it's open from 11 to 7.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine how many things are available. And I'm just like, camera, you sold this to me. And I am on board. I don't know if I'm willing to, like I was talking about the ghost. I'm excited, but I'm nervous. Do I believe in it? I don't know, but I also don't want to ask the questions and, get my palm read and find out I'm going to die in 2 years.
Yeah, well, see, that I'm not going to do because I believe enough in it to where I don't want to know the future.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily want to do the palm reading or like the future reading, but I want to do some of the other stuff. Like, hold on, let me pull up the list to share just a high level synopsis of what we have going on here.
Because it like we said, when you initially got introduced to the idea, it was because of the whole pet thing, but there are all kinds of quote mystic things going on here.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm getting excited.
Yeah, so like we have the tarot readers, medium psychics, tea leaf readings. Like that may be kind of cool. I don't know if that's future reading, but like you have the tea, you have the leaves, and they do some sort of reading. There's an aura camera.
Can we find out if we're soulmates? Meant to be.
We already know that, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's past life readers. So that I 100% want to do.
You want to do that?
What was I in my past life? I bet you right now, $100, I was a cat.
I question if I was in like an insane asylum, maybe.
Why?
Or a golden retriever. It could go either way.
It could be lots of things.
I would be on board with that. Mm-hmm. Are you saying they'll be able to tell us what we were?
In a past life? That's what I'm getting from this.
Okay.
There's
it all could be hunky-dory too,
Right. So grain of salt.
For a good time.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah. Like I'm going to be a skeptic but open-minded. Do I believe that all of them are legit? No. But shit, confirmation bias. If one of them fits what I want to fit, then yeah, I'm a believer.
Well, when you were talking about, okay, so I'm going to reel this back a little bit. When you were talking about your pet and how you were kind of brainstorming some questions that you wanted to bring up for your lost pet.
Yeah, I have questions for, if she allows more than one pet, I have questions for 3 of my cats. There's my very first cat that I had. It was like the childhood cat that died like when he was 20-something years old, where I was not at home when he passed, and then my parents didn't tell me. Like, that was really rough. Yeah. I am not ready to ask him any questions, but the one cat that has passed, or the 2 cats that I have now, I'm willing to ask questions on, and I have a list of questions for those 3, should she allow 3. Okay. If not, I need to figure out which cat I would want to ask questions on.
We could ask her, and she'd turn us away asking more. We go change, disguise, come back, do it again.
Let me pack the mustaches.
Yes. I can give you like 3 different... I have a pineapple costume in the car. She'll never know.
All I have to do is like take my hat off, and I look like a different person.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. So there's one disguise for me.
They'll never know.
We do. Let's just load up all of the podcast kit.
Yes.
In the car. And come back.
We know what we're doing now.
But so you were telling me at the gym that you had a special dream.
Yeah, I have a very firm belief. 2 very firm beliefs, actually. I just noticed your shoes. Can we show that to the people? Oh, okay.
They're, for the non-viewers, they're sparkly. And I'm in my Supernatural t-shirt.
Oh my gosh.
So Supernatural,
you are a whole vibe.
Mystic, yeah.
Does your hat have a story?
No, I
Okay.
I like it.
I'm pretty basic. Nothing fun here. But I'm digging the shoes.
Thank you. They're sparkly. So when you asked me what I was wearing to the Mystic Fair, I didn't want to tell you because I
You
was
had
like,
a whole plan, but you
I was
were
like,
hiding it.
just be surprised. Just show up.
Okay. Yeah, so I have two very firm beliefs. One is that I think that the pets that you taken in your life were angels brought to this world. Now, whatever your belief, whatever have it, I believe that pets are angels that are given a task, they're given an assignment.
Yeah.
They are born and brought down into this earth, and they are here for what they need to be here for us at that time of our life, that chapter.
For a reason. Yeah.
And it's short, it's sweet, it's painful when they go, oh, it's so hard. But I think that when a new pet comes along, it's the same angel. I think they're reincarnated and brought for us.
Yes, I'm a big believer in that too. And
But
so
for
is the
that
vet
new
tech.
chapter. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a different chapter. They're in a different body, a different circumstance, but they are there for that person, that personality in a different like level. I don't know. That's my own thing. Well, to follow that,
Yeah.
my other belief is that when they do pass and you don't know what they got going on, they have a plan. It's all a part of their little
The grand scheme.
yes. But when they come into your dreams, they're visiting you from their past
From beyond.
soul. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that because I had a dream. Anytime I have a dream about people, I don't know why I don't think the same way about people. I do think it, but it doesn't happen as often. My old dogs visit me all the time.
They're checking in on you.
It's tough. Like, I got choked up when I woke up, but it grew happy tears. I wake up from bad dreams and then it's bad tears, but but this time it was a good dream and it choked me up. Because my dog, who is a Aussie Border, he passed away a few years ago, and he was the rut of his litter, and we chose him because he was spunky and funky and everything great, and small, but he owned the litter. Like, they all followed him.
Yeah.
And in this dream of mine, he was a little pup that was eating a USB. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Because you lost a certain USB.
But I was like looking for the last one, the rut of the litter, and then it's a litter of corgis, but this one was a Aussie Border, and he was he was literally my Loki. Loki was his name, and I was just taken aback. I'm like, hey Loki, good to see you. I'm okay.
Oh.
So.
Yeah. Like, I believe in the two things that you said, the reincarnation, which my vet tech, Sarah, also got behind, because I was telling her the story of Zorro, who passed from an enlarged heart, and then Ozzy, the black cat that I have that always makes the appearances, I got her to fill the void after Zorro passed, and fast forward 3 years, she's not feeling great, so I immediately take her to the vet. They come back, say the exact same thing that Zorro had. She has an enlarged heart. My stomach drops. I spiral immediately and then start doing all the things that we can to try and prolong her life, because it's not like you can get rid of that. It's a death sentence, but the question is, how long do you still have with them? It could be days, could be weeks, could be years. I mean, you just never know. So we try to get into a cardiologist. Apparently there's only one fucking one in St. Louis, so it's a bitch to get into one. And this is where I think, like, I'm almost a believer, because this whole thing that happened is nothing short of, like, a miracle. I don't have any other word for it besides miracle. So the earliest that they could get me into a cardiologist was all the way down in Mizzou, which is, like, an hour and a half from here, December 30th. This was way back in, October-ish, that all of this started happening. So it was, like, by the time that we get around to it, she may have passed, because that's what happened to Zorro. We scheduled an appointment with a cardiologist. It was 2 months out, and he died before we could see the cardiologist. So I schedule an appointment with my regular vet to do some blood work, just to, get some more answers. And while I am there, this is like a random Tuesday, 2:30, and I have a vet that I have not had before, same location. And she's like, hey, I heard you're having a hard time getting to a cardiologist. And I was like, yeah, soonest is December 30th. And she was like, well, I did my residency at Banfield, Manchester, which I go to Banfield. There's different locations. And she was like, no one knows this, but we bring in an outside party that will do echocardiograms for you. And then a cardiologist will review it and get back to you way sooner than December 30th.
That is so random.
Yeah. Like, this was not listed on any website. This was not listed on the emergency vet recommendations. They only listed 3. This was not one of them.
It's like a 1% chance of you falling on that day with that doctor that could tell you that information.
That she did her residency at this location, and hey, this is a service that they offer. So I call, and sure enough, they're able to get me in like that next week. And they come over to the location that I go to. So they're going to come to me and do it. So we do all of that. And then a few days go by, they call, and they tell me that everything came back totally fine, normal, and healthy. Everything is the correct size. It's pumping correctly. So what the fuck is that explanation?
She's just having a rough day. Her heart got a little big the day of.
And what's funny is that, like, so it was like the day after, like, Vic was home from Scotland. And so then we're joking that she was like really bummed out that Vic came home. Like, she got all excited that, like, it was just us girls at the house. Vic comes home and is like, God damn it.
It's actually a high possibility.
Because they fight all the time. So one of my questions
so funny
for the Animal Communicator is, why does Ozzy hate Vic so much? Was she bummed that he came home? Why was she being so weird that day?
I hope I could be in the room with you
to
watch the answer.
Yeah, I think it will be just at like a booth, like it's an open area. Okay. That's what I have in my mind.
Yeah.
But, okay, so while I'm there, like, there's multiple visits to the vet, right, to get blood work and to do the echocardiogram. Well, I had the same vet tech who, gotta believe also that she was like an angel sent. Her and I got really close. She got all choked up when she was hearing the story of, like, Zorro and then Ozzy, both having the same thing. Again, told me about her reincarnation belief that, like, yeah, the pet will reincarnate, but when they do reincarnate, then they're, like, one step better than the previous pet. Which now, like, that fits into the scenario because it said enlarged heart, but now Ozzy's okay, whereas Zorro wasn't.
Like, one step better is in health, or just, like, being a better animal?
Well, like, they fixed the one thing that was wrong with the past pet. Oh. That's what she says. They come back reincarnated, but fixing what was wrong with the last pet.
Oh, I like that.
So
Because I'm thinking better than the last pet. I'm like,
yeah, no,
Cowie's a little butt.
I phrased that wrong. It's, yeah, fixing what was wrong with the last pet. And not saying, like, personality-wise, but, like, with Zorro, enlarged heart, Ozzy, quote-unquote, has an enlarged heart. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Still don't know. But then we got past that. Like, she's okay. So, which that just reaffirms my belief in the reincarnation.
What'd you call it? It's a known thing, but, like, when the cat picks you?
Yeah, it's the cat distribution system.
Cat distribution system. I feel like we are on to them. We are on to the angels' grand scheme.
We're figuring out their plot, yeah.
Because they find you, and it's like,
it was meant to be
everywhere for you.
I 100% believe that cats do pick you.
Oh my god. And when we turned away that one animal that was probably very likely supposed to be for us.
Should have been for one of us, yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I immediately thought about that whenever, like, Ozzy, like, we thought that she was going to be dying, and we didn't know how soon. I was like, did we just fuck up the universe because we turned away a cat from the cat distribution system? Like, this is, like, karma? Like, that's what I thought. I was like, shit, we fucked things up on a colossal universal scale.
No, I think that because everything does happen, I do believe everything happens for a reason, that cat was wanting us, but we were not the one.
It was not the time.
And I think that I have a very strong belief that cat is very happy right now and did find their person. That's what I'm telling myself.
See, I want to believe that. Part of me thinks that he's still in the shelter.
No. No.
I'm like, did we fuck things up?
No, we're fine.
I mean, we did save him from the streets.
So. We're basically heroes, right? I'm gonna tell myself that. Okay, what are we doing? Do we get going? Is there anything else you want to tell our listeners before we take action?
No, I think that's it. It's like, this is what we're going to do, and then pause while we go do it. I think we'll get some pictures and videos while we're there, and then we'll upload that video of like,
snap.
yeah, while we're there. And then when we unpause, it'll be for part 2, and we'll be in the car to get our reactions.
I love it.
Raw dog style.
I'm excited.
All right.
Okay.
See you soon.
See ya.
And pause. All right.
Okay, wait.
We got it.
Okay.
All right. So we did the thing.
Look at, we have our mics.
I know. In the car, we are going essentially live.
Is that what this is?
Well, I mean, no, but okay.
Okay. I have so much to say.
I know, it's like, where do we start?
Okay, well, first I'll start by saying we were in there, and there were so many times where we were trying to, like, we were like, oh, and we give each other the face because we liked it or didn't like. We had our thoughts.
Yeah.
And then it was like, no,
Save it.
So this is the truest of raw reaction. We did not talk about anything in there, and that was really hard. I'm just gonna say.
We started, and then we had to be like, pause,
Ugh.
wait till we get to the car. Okay, so we do it like in the order that we did things.
I guess.
I guess just. All right.
Yeah. No, just jump in.
Yeah.
First of all, not what I thought. Not what I thought.
It's kind of what I thought it was going to be. I knew there was going to be all these different boots. It was kind of the vibe that I was thinking there was going to be. I don't know what you were thinking.
I was thinking like a cup of coffee, you get a little, like a farmer's market. I was thinking more farmer's market vibe, like there were things that you could eat and grab along the way.
Gina's thinking full on fare. She's looking for her like deep fried Oreos. She's looking for her turkey leg. It's called Mystic Fare, but it's not fare-y at all.
Where is the fare? The fare is out.
They did have goats.
There were 2 goats at the front. God knows why.
And some freeze-dried candy. So that was as fare-y as it got.
Plus that it was inside, though, because I was kind of like, it'll be nice if it's outside, but we would not have probably got to indulge and stay as long as we did had it been outside, because it's a little chilly.
Oh, we would have, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you were just going to have to suck it up.
I would have just been miserable.
Yeah.
That's all. No, so it was actually very pleasant. Okay, yes. Right off the bat, I was impressed with it, but also I'm gonna be very transparent. I was getting weird vibes just because I am not the biggest believer in this stuff. Like the
weird
crystals,
vibes or skeptic vibes?
both.
Okay.
Like the type of people. I'm sorry. I'm
Really?
I'm judging. Like I don't want to be judgy, but I'm judging.
See, I felt like everyone like genuinely believed in their stuff, in their booth.
I know. No, it took an evolution in my views. But right out the gates when I walked in and we had that very initial conversation, I'm like, are you just trying to make me buy this? Because I don't want to buy it.
Yeah.
But also, as it carried on, it was like, okay, it was just them having a conversation. And they just are very passionate about it.
Yeah, well, that was the vibe I got from the beginning, from that first conversation, was just like someone that was like really passionate about what they do, and then they see like 2 mystic virgins come in, and we are very clearly like new to this realm and this game, and so then they just came up to strike a conversation with us. I think that they could see our energies and that we were open to that type of stuff. Granted, did that lady talk a little too long? Yeah. It did.
I'm so sorry.
I know, but I mean, they educated us right from the get-go, because like our thing that we said before going in was that, like, we were not going to do the tarot card reading. That was the one thing that we said we were not going to do. What is the first thing that we do?
We fucking did it.
We did it.
So
the
Maria
very
did
first
it
thing. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It was just, this lady seems so, like, innocent and, like, genuine. Like, I want to help people.
Yeah.
She just seemed very pure.
All of them across the board, very patient and willing for you to come up to them and make the approach, make the investment. Where, I don't know, with most fairs, more booths, they're like, come on up, like, come get it. And
well, that's different because they're, like, selling stuff, but this is more experience.
Well, they're
but
still
also
selling. It did cost money, which we also weren't fully prepared for.
My ignorant ass thought you bought, like, an $8 all-day ticket, and that would be including everything. And it included just walking in the front door. You had to pay for every reading, which I expect you'd have to pay for, like, any, like, merchandise, but definitely not, like, all of the readings. But that's just my ignorant ass self.
My double ignorance was following you. I'm like, oh, that sounds wonderful.
Well, I thought it was a great deal. I was like, well, shit, all of this is going to be included? Nope.
If it were, though, I probably would have believed in it a lot less. I'm like, all this for free? Okay.
Well, and then, like,
passing time for you.
and this is how these people make a living.
Yeah.
Like, some of these people do it full-time. Other people do it to supplement their full-time job.
Oh, man. The conversation. Okay, let's go back to your reading.
Okay, yeah. So I did a tarot card reading immediately. It was the first booth that offered the tarot card reading.
We were probably in there for about 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And when we were getting educated at the beginning, we were more so like, somehow the cards came up and we're like, we don't want to do that stuff. We don't want anything to do with the death cards.
Right. I don't want to manifest. I don't want to know anything bad.
Yes.
I don't want to know if my loved one is going to die next week.
But what is it?
It just means, like, the death of something. So, like, you know, you graduate high school, okay, like, that's an ending of a chapter, you're going to a new chapter. Or, like, you know, a toxic friendship, then it would be, like, the end of a friendship. It's more of an end than a actual death.
And I thought that was very fascinating, because I'm like, okay, it's not so dark. It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be. Like, the movies, I think, make it way more scary. But because we did 2 different readers, and when we spoke to different people, all of them said that, like they don't go into that. Like, everything is pretty, like, positive, or they're just going to tell you stuff that you already kind of know. Like, nothing, like it's dark or morbid or, like, doom and gloom.
Well, disclaimer, neither of us got death cards. So.
We did not.
There's that.
But I'd be curious of what they would say if we did get it.
Okay, bitch, tell us about what you thought about your reading, if you're open for it.
I am.
Keep it to yourself.
I thought the reading or the Animal Communicator.
Let's...
Because I have thoughts on both.
Oh my god. Start with the most recent one. That's still fresh.
Animal Communicator. Yeah. Not gonna lie, I was disappointed.
I'm glad. Yeah, I kind of felt that way too.
Because she was wrong on many accounts.
On almost all of it. And then the things that she was right about were very vague.
It was vague enough where it could be applicable to anything. And, I mean, yeah. It was just...
Very nice lady, but yeah, there was just like a lot of like, what are you doing when you like are closing your eyes and giggling?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it feels like she's got an act down pretty pat. Mm-hmm. That's what it kind of felt like, considering that she was wrong about a lot of stuff. First of all, Cleo's, like, I asked her questions knowing the answer just to check the validity. So, like, when I asked what Cleo the picky eater, what is her favorite food? Oh. She said chicken. No, it's not. Salmon is her favorite, and she said that salmon was the least favorite. I'm like, lady, you have it backwards.
Damn.
So,
or she kept referring to Ozzy as a boy.
And
she was referring to, like, right out the gates that one of them was, you know, really good friends with the other. I'm like, the other's dead.
I was like, they're both dead?
Yes.
So...
Okay.
Yeah, so there was enough instances where she was just so wrong to make me be like, all right, we don't have to continue the full 15 minutes. We can be done.
But the tears cracked.
Well, they did. They're going to crack any time that I talk about Zorro. They cracked this morning when I was coming up with the questions to ask. And then
your tears cracked my tears.
I know, Gina started crying too.
God damn it.
I looked over, was not expecting it at all, and then Gina had like a tear coming down her cheek, and I
was like, oh man. I mean, because regardless, you are interconnecting, regardless of what someone tells you. You are interconnecting, like what we talked about this morning, with your pet. So I was like, There was one thing I thought was accurate, if it was. We talked about the reincarnation.
Yeah, so that kind of, especially because like Zorro was a boy, he passed. I think Ozzy is the reincarnate of him.
Yeah.
And she's a she. And she made a comment about how Ozzy was a boy and is now a girl.
And you were like, she said, take it or leave it. I'm like, well, that one was
that
very
one actually,
spot on.
yeah.
And very random. Yeah, very random.
Because also when we got Ozzy, we thought that she was a boy. And we got her because thinking that she was a male. My mom was very adamant that Ozzy was a boy. And then when my mom found out later that Ozzy was a girl, my mom was like, oh, well, she just transitioned. Like, she was a boy, but she was a girl. So her comment back there about boy-girl definitely stuck.
And it, again, vague. It could have been without us having that background story or you having that little bit. I'm thinking, well, she could have just said that. And it just is a cat reincarnated from a boy to a girl. Like, it's pretty...
I know, but
vague.
to be that specific...
I don't know, man. That she had, like... She was, like, 1 to 8, I think. Because everything
1 out of
else,
8?
Yeah, everything else was just not hitting. But it was still just vulnerable, so...
It was. And, like, she asked questions before that I think based on, like, the answer that I gave... would give her response. Like, you can come up with a response based off the questions that she asked me.
And
so.
I'm sitting here watching you. I'm on the side, just kind of observing. And when you would start to give away some information before she could answer, I'm like, Maria, shut up. Let's see what she has to say.
Well, I was trying to do both, right? You know, I'm not trying to give her any leading questions, but that's where I was also like tripping her up, asking her questions that I already knew answers to.
Yeah, you did. I think you handled it well. When she was like, I kind of want to know, but after seeing this experience, I just don't feel like it's worth it.
No.
So I did not do it. I wanted to. I thought it could be fun, but not worth it.
No. The other thing that she did get right about Cleo was that she's prim and proper.
Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds about right.
And then Ozzy being a bull in a china shop. So there's some things. And it's like, could you get that based on the pictures or not?
Tell her about Vic.
So Vic and Ozzy have this tumultuous relationship. They love each other, but they are definitely like siblings where they fight. They each push each other's buttons. Heavily. Vic is a button pusher, and so he'll push Ozzy's buttons, but she will do it right back. So they are both like, I have to actually separate them. I'm like children. And I'm like, I have to remind Vic, like, she is a cat. You realize that,
gosh.
right?
Have you ever seen Pets?
No.
Okay, it reminds me
I feel like it will
of the
destroy
scene.
me.
No, it's funny.
Okay.
It reminds me of this scene where there's like this boy or this little kid and a baby that are like fighting each other. Maybe I'm thinking of a different movie actually, but I think about how a little baby and an animal are on the same level and they're like
yeah,
they keep hitting each other. I don't know. What am I thinking of? It'll come to me later.
Okay.
That reminds me of Ozzy and Vic.
Yeah, they get into it almost every night at dinner. There was one night I had to I slammed my hand on the table. I was like, can I not have one goddamn dinner in peace?
You are going to be a great mother.
I need to learn more patience because so I snap.
That's hilarious.
Pretty easily. And I yell at the cats, but they're cats, you can't really do that with your children. It's traumatizing.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so aside from that, I don't know if you had anything else you wanted to mention about that section.
No, it's just that it was I had high expectations for it. And
That's kind of the reason we came.
It was the reason that we came. That's what drew us to the fair to begin with. And the way that my vet tech talked about it, I was like really expecting some like legit answers. Like, I wanted to know where Zorro wants his ashes. They're in my room right now.
Oh, that was her answer. She says wherever you want it.
I'm like, that
didn't do anything.
Give me tell Zorro to give me a specific answer. Give me a specific answer. So yeah, disappointed. But if people still want to try it, go for it, because the vet tech has great experience with it.
And I think regardless, it's a bit of a closure thing, whether you get what you want out of it or you get something out of it. I think, like I said, it still tugged at the heartstrings. We both cried.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a very... You have to go in open-minded, but it was a very interesting experience, to say nonetheless, but...
Interesting, yeah, for sure. Did I get closure? No.
No closure.
Nope.
But she has regulars.
She does.
People come back and they're like, hey,
for
I
multiple
need a reading
readings.
again.
Yeah, I need to talk to my pet.
I was like, what are you getting? I'm curious. So, who knows? But interesting concept. Let's talk about those fucking dolls.
Yeah, so my gosh, if there was a booth with my name on it, that was definitely it.
We're going to post a picture.
We're going to post pictures. We got lots of videos. I don't know if we were supposed to or not. I was kind of being sneaky about it.
We got the green light on some.
But I was getting just panel views of the fair.
Yeah.
So we'll post that so you can see the vibe that it was. But there was definitely a booth that was if I were to open up my own booth, that'd be pretty much almost exactly what I would have.
I am a little paranoid, as much as I say I don't believe in this stuff, that I have drawn home some evil spirits, because that booth was giving me some bad juju vibes. I'm like, this is making me uncomfortable. Can we walk away from this right now?
Dude, you said it was your favorite.
It was fascinating because of that doll.
That one, the murder doll.
This girl is so sweet, cute girl. Well, again, we'll post a picture. But she, loves this stuff. And she gets a lot of her items from estate sales.
Yeah.
And one of them was this doll. That's creepy as fuck.
All the dolls were pretty creepy.
All of them.
If Vic thinks that my dolls are creepy, no, not even close.
No.
These were horror movie level creepy.
Actually, you've seen Annabelle? Worse.
These come from people's houses. People have these in their houses.
I thought it was just a movie thing. This is real.
And one, the face was all cracked and glued back together.
Ew, stop.
One of them was bald.
No, one of them, I can't. We will post a picture.
Yeah.
You will have to zoom in, because each of them have such a creepy aesthetic to it.
Yeah.
But this one was a porcelain doll, and she got it, and it was it was nothing, and accidentally cracked it.
Chipped it, yeah.
And she saw there was newspaper on the inside. And
Yeah.
it wasn't it's just filler for this porcelain fragile doll.
Nope.
No. What kind of articles were in there, Maria?
There were articles of various murders that have gone unsolved and the suspect has not been brought to justice. Multiple articles of murders. So now...
Sludged in there.
Yes, put in the doll.
She even showed us... I wish we would have taken a picture of the...
There was still more
legs.
in there.
She left them in there. She's but sure, she's working on it now. We should probably share her name, because she said she will post as she makes regular updates to her website.
Yeah, because she's now trying to find out who the owner was of that estate sale, of the house. Because it's all right, did she just get a doll of someone who murdered all these people and as a trophy kept the articles? Or did that person know something? Were they a detective, and so they were clipping different articles of homicides that they wanted to solve? What drew this person to clip those articles and then stuff it inside of a porcelain doll? Talk about the most fascinating, thought-provoking thing ever. I gotta know. I do have her socials. We will link it all into the show notes.
Follow with us.
Yeah, or just ping me, text me, DM us.
What's the update? We'll tell you.
And I will give you her information. Dude, we can almost do a whole episode on it if we get the whole history.
Again, why that was my favorite. It was daunting. It was fucking weird.
It was morbid,
but it was
shit.
fascinating.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and I'm into that shit. So, I don't know. I think, as much as we came here for this one particular person and it was a little disappointing, having that, all a part of the plan.
Yeah. Oh,
We
no.
were there for a reason.
Literally everything else that we did made up for kind of the disappointment of the last one. And we made it the last one.
That's whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that's okay.
But, so I did a reading, and it was small. I won a little door prize. So it's like, you can go to this stand and get 3 card readings. And so I got my 3 card readings, and the people were awesome. I felt kind of bad because I was like kind of gypping them, but they were great. And the cards hit
Immediately.
So I was like, damn.
Like, she flipped over the first one, and do you want me to say what?
Before you do, I'm going to compare without giving away yours. I'm going to say that yours were so spot on to you.
Yes.
And mine were so spot on to me, and there was a clear divide on how different and 180 they were. I
not
mean, they
even
were
close.
So fitting. So I'm like, if she would have just off the chance got my cards, like, would
it wouldn't
those have
make
applied
sense,
to you?
right? No,
like, and yours, I guess, like, maybe 1 or 2, I'm like, because I was being, again, still a little skeptical. I was looking at your cards, I'm like, that could have been me too. Like, that could have been so vague in general. But no, there were a lot of cards for you that
were like,
damn, she just hitting them. What is that game where you, like, hit
whack-a-mole?
Whack-a-mole. Best score in the house.
Damn. But I'm also trying not to give too much away, so Gina got a video of it, I think.
Yes.
So we'll post some parts of the video, but I was also trying not to reveal too much with my body language or my facial expression, because if they see something that hit, then they may take and run with it.
And I got excited for you. Like, ah.
I know, but like, I think we kept it in check, but like, so I did a full reading. So instead of just 3 cards, I mean, shit, I had a whole bunch. I don't know how many, but like, she just kept
pouring them out.
3 different layers, and every single layer was like, boom, 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 yes, reassure the first one. Like, it just the same message kept coming up, messages, and there's this huge pile of decks, and she's like dipping and dabbling in multiple decks.
Yeah.
And they're all tying out. So I'm like, all right, I'm in, I believe.
I'm glad we chose to go with her, or you went with her, because we did go around. There were tarot cards. Am I saying that right?
I don't know, tarot or tarot? Tarot cards?
T-A-R-O-R.
T-A-R-O-T or A-T? I don't know, but I've been saying tarot cards.
Oh, God, I don't know. There were... There were so many of them.
There was a lot. There was literally in the other room, just like majority of the booths were tarot readings. But I don't know, that's where like, and she even said that they were in the other room, but I didn't even want to check the other room. I was like, you know what? We're here right now. We struck up a conversation with you. Let's do it now.
Yeah. And she hit the right vibe. Like, she just meshed with us very well.
Yeah.
But it was the variety of card stacks, where I think a lot of the people that were giving these readings had 1, maybe 2, 3 stacks, maybe.
At most, yeah.
No, she had at least like 10, and she used almost all of them.
Yeah,
I mean, she was cracking down on your ass. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. And then she would shuffle them beforehand. So it's not like she has these like pre-planned. She knows which one to pull. Like, she would shuffle and then lay it down and then be like, yep, that checks.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. Like, I definitely would say, yeah, my reading was accurate.
Okay, so
yours also was accurate.
I'll start with mine because it was small. Like, it was a gift. I got it for free, and I was able to just do 3 quick cards, but all slapped. One was
the very first one,
insecure.
Or like, you talk shit on yourself. You're too mean to yourself.
I am so mean to myself, and it has really been something I'm working on. Hence the second card. What was it? It's like you're working on something. You're
bettering yourself somehow.
And I am. I got a completely. She's like, everything that you're doing or that you were doing was completely foreign. You're taking the path less traveled. All these things. Yeah, I got a complete career shift just this year, and it has been. And I got married. I've been doing a lot.
You've done a half marathon.
I got a half marathon. I forgot about that. These are things that this year has been, I think, the biggest like shift in my life from just the standard, regular life pattern.
Yeah.
And it has been tough, but it has been
Good.
rejuvenating and reviving, and like I feel good about it, and life has been really good lately as compared to where I was when I had to take a break, a little over 6 months ago. I mean, this
The
has
first
been
sabbatical.
No. Call it a sabbatical.
I know, because it was only a couple weeks, so it was all right.
No, it wasn't. It was like a month or two. It was so long.
I can't remember. Yeah. A little break.
Yeah, I mean, the career shift is kind of, now that it's been a while, I feel very comfortable talking about it. That career shift was really daunting, and it set me back.
Yeah.
And it was terrifying, and I don't know, it just hit all the checkpoints. So when she said, like, you're on the right track, you're doing the thing that people would not normally do, but you've got to be nicer to yourself. I'm like, well, shit. Okay. Because I have been working on being nice to myself too. Hence, again, the half marathon that has brought... Oh. It just stopped.
Oh, and
but you are
because it's
storage.
Like, I know. What did we...
It did stop when you were doing your reading too. So I started it back and it was able to get the rest of it, but it randomly stopped, and I think that was why.
Oh, yeah, because I think I needed, like... take some stuff off my phone.
Here, fine. I'm up next. Where's my phone? I just don't know how to send it to you is the problem.
I know. Well, let me try again to see if it will record again.
Wait, let me think about where I left off. What did we just say?
You're... Okay, we're back with video.
No!
Alright, well, let me just buy some storage real quick.
What?
Well, the problem is I need, like, a work phone and a... Oh, this won't let me,
You
like...
have to buy storage right now?
Shit.
Oh, excuse me. Bless you.
Yeah, bless you.
Say bless you again. Say bless you.
Bless you.
One more time.
Blush you.
Are you saying plush?
With an SH.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Did you do that on purpose?
No, that's what I thought people said when I came to the US, and so I thought that's just what people said, so I continued saying it,
I
and
love that.
I'm not going back to bless you. I'm no priest. Who am I to bless anyone? All right.
Just sunk in.
God bless America. All right. I think we're only going to get video for like half of it.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Going to take us off.
Man, if the one episode we're in a different
setting. I know. I need to figure out what's going on with my storage.
That's okay.
I mean, unless you want to try and record yours and then we can email it.
Email it?
Or, USB drive. Duh. What century
From
are we
my
in?
phone?
Yeah, I have a converter thing. That's how I get videos off my phone to the computer.
Oh, okay.
USB drive.
You want to try that?
Yep. And I was so worried that I was going to run out of battery, but no, it's just storage.
Okay.
But not cinematic.
You don't want cinematic? Wait, I'm so curious what that looks like.
Well, it will just slow things down for you.
Cinematic. I look like I'm in cinema.
Well, it's almost like portrait mode.
Okay.
All right. Try number 3 with video. So, you were talking about bettering yourself, and you're doing all the things this year.
Yeah, and like I was saying, the whole half marathon, that has significantly improved my my self-image, and I feel good about myself. I'm healthy physically, which has helped a lot with me and my health mentally. It has just been like a big shift with career, life, all of it, and all for the better. So
You've done a lot of growing up this year.
I really have.
Yeah.
I have.
Welcome.
I'm medicated too.
Yeah, so that was, I didn't want to bring it up unless you wanted to say it, but yeah, then you've like kind of switched your medications.
I was never on medication, and I really didn't want to. It was always very terrifying to me. But I'm not on an anxiety medication. I'm on a beta blocker. So if you're like, I don't want to do that, I want to do something else,
Try a beta blocker.
Talk to your doctor. Or just go for it.
Maybe get an opinion.
It and jump right in. No, don't do that. Definitely ask your doctor about it. But I was very, did not want to do anxiety medication. So this was kind of the alternative, and it was what I needed.
And it's helping.
It's made a huge difference. I was anxious about being anxious. Take that with a grain of salt. Take it how you will. But that was the biggest issue. So this has been like the best option for me. So again, highly recommend, but take it, talk to your doctor, whichever one you want to listen to.
Well, I don't think you can get it over the counter, so I think you do have to talk to a doctor to get script for it.
Yeah, that would sound right. Or you could get it illegally, so
black market.
Get crazy.
Yeah.
And
then your third card.
She slaps it down. It's this cute little bunny.
It's a rabbit. And I'm taking a video of this, and we'll definitely post that portion of it. So I zoom in a little bit to see that it's a rabbit. And the lady goes,
Fertility.
And I'm like, oh.
We both lost it. I thought, okay, what? I did just get married, so I guess that's there. But she's more of creating what's coming new or something like that. So it was more of a vague one, I guess.
A new chapter, and that doesn't necessarily mean fertility for a baby.
Yeah.
You could take it literally, or fertility as ripe for new opportunity, or
right.
She's
new path. Whatever you're working on, it's working. Keep working on it. And I have been working on a lot, and I'm thinking everything I just told you, but more down the web. What am I trying to say? Trickle down the vine? No, trickle down the.
I'm trying to think. I don't know what you're doing.
Trickle down
the trickle down effect.
Never mind. No effect. Everything that I've been working on in my job currently, I've been putting a lot of effort into. I'm very passionate about it. It's very new, it's very different, it's exciting, and it's working really well. So that's what I affiliated it with. I did not think of it with kids because Greg and I are not ready for kids. And
if you haven't listened to our other episodes,
yeah,
Gina's not ready,
and I am on birth control. So watch my birth control not work,
fail, and you actually pregnant.
I'm like,
dude, take a pregnancy test tonight.
Absolutely not. I don't want to know that right now.
Do it.
Don't you have some words to talk to the moon or something? Yeah. Okay, now your turn.
All right, so my reading was the full reading, and I don't even remember all of it. So, essentially what she said was that I was very independent, which I am. Became independent because, I quote unquote felt like I was left in the dark and had to figure things out on my own. Which, that also checked. Can't rely on anyone but yourself is my attitude.
And talk about the shield.
Yeah,
I was
shield
lack of empathy.
That does not mean lack of empathy.
That's not what it means. But
no,
it
just means
you're tough. You're pretty hard shell.
Yeah, I guard myself emotionally or physically.
Now
we'll do either.
The part that I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Now, you can cut this part out.
Maybe we'll keep it in. Maybe we won't.
Your past has been
traumatic.
Hard. Yeah.
Yes.
And you do not talk about it. So for her to say all the things she was saying, I'm like, you kind of had to figure your shit out on your own, and that made you really long tough. Time.
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking. Also, the way my childhood played out, which only you and maybe Vic and obviously Rachel, my family know about, because I don't talk about it. Yeah, that's 100% where it came from.
And it was saying 3 people. I'm like, and you're going to be celebrating something big soon?
I'm going to be celebrating something big soon.
Is it the wedding?
But with 3 people? Are we going to have a small-ass wedding?
No. I'm thinking it could be the officiant and you 2. Or they're saying that you 3 are working on something really big. So maybe it'd be
but it was 3 other people outside of me. So it's what 3 people am I going to be celebrating something with? Oh.
She said 2 or 3. So when I was hearing that, I'm like, I think it's you and Vic getting married. That was my thought. It's this girl's getting hitched and it's going to be a great time.
Well, she also said that I have like a dark, challenging path coming up. That is going to be tough coming up soon.
And you're going to choose the harder option. You're going to have two options. And you're going to choose the harder option, and it's going to be the right option. And it's going to make you stronger. And I'm like, fucking, okay, well,
I would pick the hard work.
Yeah. And how you work so damn hard for yourself, and then you reap the reward, and you do fun things. And I'm like, yeah, you are so motivated to keep building. Like, you want management roles, and you are
always
elevating.
Be better, always striving to be better.
Yes.
And then there was another
very driven.
There was another card, I forget what it was, but it said that like I essentially have all the utilities that I need. I have everything that I would need. So essentially, whatever I put my mind to, I will achieve. Mm-hmm. And I've just always been taught that my whole life from my parents. Whatever you set your mind to, you can do.
And I think you have, like, talked about having all the tools. You make all your own shit these days. Like, you are always doing what you need to do for yourself, and you use everything that you have all the time. And you got a new couch. You have everything.
Yeah, well, I was thinking, like, okay, like, not necessarily like that, literally, like the tools to make my own homemade shit. But yeah, that's the literal part of it. But I'm thinking, like, like, starting the podcast. Maybe we, like, stick with it. Maybe we'll, like, blow up. Or doing the coffee shop. Make that a thing. So I don't know. Everything that she said hit, and there was a card that she pulled up, and it was like this woman. I already forget her name, but then it had like a lioness on it.
Takira. We'll look it up.
It's in the video.
Fascinating story.
Yes.
I'm like, that's hot.
And I was like, okay. I mean, I can relate to it.
Was it in the Renaissance, or what time period? Sort of an R.
I think she said Rome because the Colosseum.
Okay.
But essentially, like, there was this one woman who wanted something, wasn't getting it from people, so then she was like, I'm gonna do it myself then. And then with the protection of the lioness, so like it's like her and this lioness against the people in the world doing as she damn well pleases.
Oh my god, you're telling it so wrong.
No.
What?
I mean, well, I'm saying that this lady wanted to be baptized by Jesus, so there's something specific that she wanted.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be like literal.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. I know.
But keep going. You gotta say, like, they were putting her in this thing in this area to get eaten by the lions.
So, because she was a woman of that time, excuse me, and she wanted to be baptized by Jesus, or whatever she wanted, woman couldn't have, and she was persistent with it, so they decided, like, okay, fuck her, she's a thorn in our side, we're just going to get rid of her. So they throw her into the Colosseum with a bunch of lions. Well, one of those lions happened to be a lioness, a female lion, who ate or killed all the other male lions trying to eat her. So then it's like this woman and this lioness together now. And then
I think it was multiple lions.
Multiple lionesses.
It doesn't matter.
Same. Anyway, because that didn't work, then they decide they were going to throw her into this body of water with sharks. Well, the lionesses go and kill the sharks, and then the woman decides, the body of water is here, I'm going to baptize myself, bitches. So she baptized herself in this water.
Herself.
Yeah.
She done did it on her own. She don't need nobody.
Don't need nobody, don't need no man, like, damn straight. It's just her and the cat versus the world. And I'm like, damn, if that ain't me.
That was so iconic. How you're just like, and again, backing up to I kept attributing a lot of the things as how tough you are and resilient you are because of your past. Like, I kept affiliating or attributing your past with the cards.
Well, the past has made me who I am today.
Yes.
And like, yeah, it was traumatic.
You remember telling me that? Is that you could not, like, you couldn't do these certain things, and you were kind of left in this situation, so you're like, well, then I'll do it myself. You literally, I kid you not, you said that to me about something about how you handled your past, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
On
which I think is why, like, I don't think that I lack empathy. I think I just don't, like, have the patience, because I'm like, I've been there, I've done that. You can do it yourself too.
Are you talking to me?
No, general,
Okay.
empathy-wise. Where these people are just like, woe is me, and they're attending their own pity parties. I'm like, fuck you guys.
Mm-hmm. But don't forget, it's something deeper.
No. But yeah, it was really cool. I liked the card reading. I think I would try it again with someone else to see if it's similar or if they are way off or if this lady's legit. This lady also gave Gina a foot massage.
Oh yeah.
There's the Reflexology.
Oh my gosh. She had the option. I had the option of doing my head, what else? Hands?
It was hands
or feet.
Yeah, face, hands, or feet. The hands and the face, she said that she would maybe be able to get a vision to kind of get a reading on Gina, but she said she's best at the feet.
Yeah, with the hands and head, she could probably sometimes even hear a song and ask, like, does this work? And that's more recent. And I'm like, okay. But then she gave this example. And I'm like, okay, that's wild.
Yeah.
I felt like she was a little more on the real deal. Like,
I thought she was the real deal.
Maybe not so good, and then we saw good. And I think you can kind of feel the difference.
You can definitely feel a difference for sure. Because as soon as we sat down with the Animal Communicator, and when she started with the first one, I immediately got fake.
Yeah, that was a little not good. But no, the hands, what was the example she said? She said that there was some song and she was giving a reading on someone and she's like, I'm getting this song. Does this mean anything to you? And what was the words?
Something about loss. It was, and I can't even remember who the singer of the song was. Maybe a Matchbox 20 or 3 Days Great. Not 3 Days
It was like,
Grace.
I can't go on with you. Oh, fuck.
Wasn't meant to mourn you. Can't go on without you.
Yeah.
Something like that. We were supposed to meet.
Oh, we have it recorded, so we'll maybe... No, we don't. Do we?
I did parts of yours. I didn't record the full 15-minute
That's
massage. But
well, whatever it was, the woman that she was reading was like... And she's like, and I'm seeing a vision of you looking at the stars. She's like, I just had a miscarriage, and I've been singing that song like daily
has been
to
listening
get through it.
Yeah.
And I go and I cry, and as I look outside, and I'm like,
yeah,
what?
Like, it was spot on.
That was weird.
It's a very specific song.
Yes. And it was a random song.
It's not like it's like on the radio, right?
No. So I was just like, okay, go off. But no, with my read, I did not choose to go that route. I did the feet. I was like, I could go for a little massage.
Foot massage.
Like,
Treat yourself.
regardless of what this is giving, real or not, I could use a massage. So I went with, give me the right buck money.
But also, like, I mean, she could, because with the reflexology, you're supposed to be able to tell, like, what's ailing you or what's bothering you, and she was
accurate in all departments. I have a lot of pain in a lot of places,
and she nailed them.
She's like, and it could have been anything. It could have been like your elbows hurting, it could have been your thyroid, it could have been like, are you having a sore throat? I don't know. It could have been like random shit. Every single one, she's like, your knees are hurting,
your hips
and your stomach. And
I don't know if you know about Gina, but she's got the ibs.
I have IBS, and I have stomach problems all the time. My stomach's actually fine right now, so I don't know if that was, like, she should
Maybe the foot massage, that was supposed to help it. The reflexology was supposed to heal it. Maybe you're healed.
Can you put a crown over me in this moment?
Yes.
No, I was fine at the time, but like, she's like, your hips are hurting, your knees are hurting, and you have a lot of stress back here. Also, do you have anxiety? Like, your chest is really
check and check.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, she definitely hit everything in my department. So I give her 10 out of 10. I loved her.
Yeah, we got her card, so I'll also link her. But she's all the way out in Cape Girardeau, which is like, you start to get pretty south if you're in Missouri.
Yeah.
But
Shanna. She's great.
Yeah. Really cool. Would recommend her. Well, it's hard to say based off like just the 3 cards that you did, but I mean, it was pretty good too.
She was sweet. They were funny. I liked them more than anything.
Yeah, they make their own wine, but it looked like it was in like IV bags or like blood donation bags. So
I was thinking more of a juice pack.
No, I immediately saw that and thought, oh my god, are these from the hospital? Is this a blood bag? I'm like, also, like, why are they not capitalizing on this and making it a vampire booth?
I thought it was fascinating because she says that she makes it.
Bless you.
Excuse me. She makes it, and it goes more for like her son's homeschooling, and it's one of his projects for his curriculum. So they make their own wine as like a thing he does for his homeschool. Yeah. So she's teaching him
how to make wine.
I thought, okay, that's pretty neat. And they make their own pickles and teas and herbs and I don't know, all kinds of random fun things.
You say herbs?
What do you say?
Herbs. The H is fucking silent. I was today years old when we learned that herbs is fucking herbs. Herbs?
How do you pronounce edama?
Edamame?
Yeah, okay.
Edamame. How do you pronounce it?
That was right. I didn't pronounce it right the very first time, which was like also 2 or 3 months ago.
Well, to be fair, I pronounced it easily instead of I'll.
I forgot about that. We're gonna bust everyone's ears.
No, I have the magic mastering, so it
basically a professional.
It's like a filter for the sound.
Okay, buddy, I'm getting hungry. We got a weekly wow.
Hold on, I was gonna share my treat bag of stuff that I got.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I could have bought so much more. Yeah, so we did get a free pen from the Animal Communicator. And then I got a spell deck. So it is the Practical Witches spell deck. It's 100 spells for love, happiness, and success. So we're talking like good magic here, aka manifestation.
Yeah.
So I thought, that'd be kind of fun to do like a girls' night. I'll make like some homemade candles.
Great.
We'll do, this and that.
Wonderful. Can't wait.
Yep, so we're gonna do that. I bought this like little ghost in a jar.
Okay, that was cute.
This is the cutest thing I've ever seen, and there was no way I was not gonna buy it. Showing it for the camera. His name is Theodore. So the lady that had the booth, she was the foster mom, and she literally had all of them named. They all have their own personalities, and what you do is you go and you look at all of them. There's no names or anything up there, so you just pick whichever one speaks to you. So obviously I grabbed the one with like a black base that has a skull on it. And then I took it up and she was like, oh, well, that's Theodore. He loves cats. He hates dogs. So checks out in my house. Not that I hate dogs, but, and then covers his eyes in scary movies, which is what I do. And she said to put him by a window because he likes to watch squirrels. So that's what I'm going to do. Good little Theodore.
And then she went and bought Theo.
Oh, dude. And then and turns out he was $17. I mean, this is tiny. Like, I thought it was going to be $7. It was $17. But you know what? Worth it.
Talk about the chocolate.
A candy dish. Yes. So she had a candy dish there. And she was like, Gina and being hungry was like, she's like, ooh, is this candy free? Does it come with?
Also very frugal.
Yeah. Is the candy free?
I'm cheap as fuck.
And she said yes. And so Gina, she's like, can I have a couple Reese's? So you already said it before you went to grab it and gave a lady a chance to like say it. So I look down at the candy dish and I see something that really sticks out at me of like, ooh, I'm gonna get that. Did not verbalize any of that. She points at me and she goes, oh, you're an Andy's Mint girl. That was what I was fucking reaching for before she could even say it. Like,
you didn't even have your arm up to go look at it. You were just, your hands were down and your eyes were kind of eyeing it out. And she was like, boom. And I'm like, that is not a common chocolate for anyone. No one likes mint chocolate. And when she said that about Maria, I'm like, what the fuck? That was really random and fascinating.
Because I was not going to take any candy, because it's a whole plethora of candy. It's not just Reese's and Andes. It's a whole mix of them. And she tells us later that this is like her talent. She's able to see people and see what candy they're gonna grab. So like,
what a skill.
It's a great party trick to have. But like, literally, like, she said it faster than my brain could send the message to my hand to grab it. I saw it, otherwise I wasn't going to get any candy. Saw it and was like, nope, I'm going to do that. She says I'm going to get it, and sure enough. So that was like, wow, legit.
Yeah.
And then one more booth, the runes booth that we went to, where like the lady had those platters and she had the rune writings.
I didn't care for that one.
Which is ancient Viking symbols, and each symbol has a different meaning. I really dug it.
I mean, it was cool, but pendulums to me, I'm like, it's just like what is that thing called where you can move things with other people's hand on it?
Yeah, I mean, like, you can make them magnetized, or, like, it looked like she was moving it for her.
She's
so,
like, yes, and then she'd move her hand in a slight, like,
circle, to make it...
Or it'd be like, no, and it would just, she'd go up and down, and then it would start going like this. And I'm like...
Because the basis of it is that, like, okay, you go and you pick out a pendulum, and then it's kind of like picking out a wand in Harry Potter. Like, the wand will speak to you. The pendulum is supposed to speak to you. So you're supposed to, like... pick up a pendulum in a certain way, and then you ask it questions, and you will just know. If you know that it's going to be the one for you. But yeah, when she picked it up, it's supposed to be able to give yes or no answers based on how it swings. You could kind of see her moving the hand to get it to swing either side to side for no or in a circle for yes. But I just thought that it was really fascinating that she's got these platters that you could essentially like purge your energy into, and then you could get rid of that energy. Or you have the pendulum and you could swing it, and whatever symbol it kind of lands on, then that's like, oh, you know that you need to work on that.
She had us both the platter. And she's like, all right, now go ahead and dump it out. And the way that both of us handled it was so, again, opposite. Because I'm sitting here like, ooh, like I physically poured it out. I'm like, okay, I don't really care. I believe in this. And Maria's like, oh, okay, all right. Let me turn around so I don't face anyone and
let me not let me not hit anyone with my negative energy. So I like do a full 180 to dump my energy towards the wall and not to a specific person. I mean, yeah, it was.
That was funny. Because again, you were like, oh, okay, let me do this whole thing for it. And I'm just like, pour it on your table.
You have it back, ma'am. But that was the booth that told me to tell the moon to get rid of any energy that is not serving me best.
Yeah.
So as soon as I came outside, I shouted to the moon, take my energy.
It had to be during a full moon, too. It was important.
Yeah, that had to be full moon.
Or in 3 days.
Yeah, so the first day is like the pre-full moon. It's a certain specific day. I forget what. Second day, the full-blown moon is full moon. But then the third day, which is tonight actually, is the release moon. Which, I mean, what are the odds that we're here on a release moon? So I go and release my energy that's not benefiting me the most or serving me my highest purpose. Gave it to the moon.
Did you, though? I feel like you got the quote down just a little off.
It's a little off. I can't remember. I repeated it 20 times and I still can't get it. But it's something to that effect of like, take this energy that is not serving me well. That is not in my best interest anymore.
So spot on. Maria, give us a weekly wow. I want to get food.
Weekly wow? Go to a fucking Mystic Fair. Go and get your cards read. Go and do something. This is something that I don't think we would have done. And I know we've said it before, to go do something that you wouldn't normally do. But, like, literally, please go do something that you're like, yeah, just fucking do it. Because this has been a really neat experience.
Yeah. I mean, I was very critical. I'm very not a believer of this stuff. It's nothing, like you said, nothing I for sure would ever do. Maybe something you would do. But... yeah. No, I could care less about this kind of stuff. And I'm really glad I went. It was cool.
It's, it's a different experience. It's kind of eye-opening. You meet these, like, really cool, amazing people. I mean, like, what's the harm in doing something?
And they're twice a year.
So the next one is in May.
Yeah. Keep an eye out. Look it up. Find out. This one's in St. Charles. So we took a little brief drive. And I liked it.
Yeah. And then I think they also do Kansas City, or, I mean, just look up Mystic Fair.
Would you go back?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I would go back. I think I got my fix.
No, see, that was like a teaser. Like, now I'm gonna blue ball till May to do it again.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, there's like other places, like there's STL psychic readings, everything like that. But I don't know. I'll wait till the May fair comes back, and then I do want to try it again and see if like I get the same answers. Because I don't think.
Oh yeah.
Check the validity.
Yeah, that's fair. See where life is headed.
Yeah, I
what
don't think
you've accomplished since then.
I don't think I wouldn't do the Animal Communicator again, but there's other things that I would want to try. Like, we didn't do anything with inner child healing, none of the aura readings, so there's other stuff that I do want to check out that we didn't.
There was also the medium, like talking to dead people. And
Yes.
I'm like, that one was a little more expensive. It was like $55, and I was like, no.
And we'd already done so much, and we're getting
Yeah.
closer to Gina's hangry time. But then also, like, there's a bone witch there, which I've never seen. So she was actually selling real bones that you could buy of all sorts of variety. I don't think any human, but I didn't go and check.
And they're real.
They are real. It said so. And she does a reading with the bone. She does a bone reading, which I've never heard of, and which I would be down to do. So next time, I'm going to do the bone reading, maybe something with the aura. And yeah, so stay tuned for part 2.
Okay. Bye.
I was going to say, let's get mystical. But also bye.
Let's get food.
Let's get food.